So welcome everyone that came to join us today for our session on elemental wisdom. Today we are diving into the element of fire. And before we begin, I'm just going to introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Pia. I'm with Katinka, the co-creator of Woven Wisdom, and I'm also the founder of Our Futures Ancient. I've been doing transformational retreats around the world for the last 4 or 5 years. And we've been also creating women's gatherings and just places for people to come together to grow, to transform, to nurture themselves. And today we wanted to share this offering with all of you women that to give you tools for alchemization. And for us, or for me, what does it mean to work with the elements is that sometimes we're really looking for complex tools to maybe transform or make some, like change how we feel. And one of the best ways to connect, in my opinion, is to look to nature. And sometimes we feel we're different or separate from nature, but in fact, nature is always within us. And so are all of these elements. So yeah, this is just a little taster of the work that me and Katinka like to share, what we do. And today, like I said, fire. And I prepared a practice for us. So just a little rundown of how this is going to look. Katinka is going to guide us through a grounding meditation. And then I share a practice with you that is focused on activating your inner fire and your creativity. Then we go into a little journey, and in the end, we have time to share, to answer any questions. And we will also share a little bit more about the space that we co-create in Portugal, Woven Wisdom. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm going to give the word to Katinka. Thank you so much. And I'm going to turn my video off. I don't know, Katinka, if I can make you
Yeah, I think it's
the recording, but
um hello, I'm Katinka, and it's a real pleasure to be here today. And like Pia said, we co-create this beautiful space together, and it's really lovely to also be able to do this in this way online for the first time. So let's see. We are going to really dive into the elements, which is something that we both really are passionate about, and we work in our individual work as well as our work together. I am a life coach. I also work ceremonially, and I'm a sound healer and a Reiki practitioner. So Pia and I have different strengths and qualities that we bring together to create this really magic space for women. So yeah, it's a real pleasure to be here, and I'm really excited to see and feel what Pia has prepared for us in terms of the fire element next week. I'm also going to be leading a water practice. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to begin with a grounding, centering exercise for us all to just really ground into this space, into the here and now, and to be together. So I invite you all to close your eyes and arrive into this space, into your body, dropping down into your body, into the here and now, into the present moments, and connecting with your breath. becoming aware of your breath. What's the quality of your breath right now? And allowing yourself to slow your breath down and expand it outwards to the edges of yourself. Taking your breath down all the way into the soles of your feet. And bringing your breath all the way up to the crown of yourself, the top of your head. Bringing your breath into every corner, every cell of your body. Noticing the wave of your breath, the inhale and the exhale. And perhaps imagining a beautiful white light coming into you when you inhale, spreading across all of you. And then when you exhale, imagine whatever does not serve you anymore to be released. So in with the lights and out with the old stagnant energy. In with the new and out with the old. Inviting you now to imagine yourself on a mountain. Finding a comfortable seat. And opening up all of your senses. What can you see in front of you? What colors, what shapes? What can you see? And what can you hear? Noticing what can you hear? And what can you smell? And whilst you're looking out into this beautiful mountain, this is the time to really see what else is there. The elements, the animals, the sound. But also this is an opportunity to see within, to hear within. What are you hearing on the outside of you, but also what are you hearing within? I invite you now to just close your eyes wherever you've placed yourself on this mountain and allow yourself to journey a little bit. Allow whatever wants to come and to be. And slowly noticing your surroundings and what came to you in that little journey. And then slowly, slowly coming away from that mountain and back into your body, back into the room that you're in right now. Noticing your surroundings and then coming back into this space in your own time.
Welcoming everyone back. And we're going to move into the practice, the fire activation practice. And for that, I prepared a series of small exercises that are combining breath and movement and are really tailored to activate our third chakra, the Manipura chakra, which is at the height of our solar plexus. It's the center of our inner fire, of our inner creativity. And through these practices, we are generating heat and activating energy and moving energies that may have gotten stuck, so that we can remember that this resource is always there. And maybe at times it's just a tiny little ember, but if we are tending to this ember and we are activating and increasing the movement in the center, we can allow it to grow into a bigger flame so that our fire can be activated, our creativity can flow more easily, and we can remember that we are actually the creators of our own universe, of our own life. I'm gonna guide everything. You need to have a little bit of space, ideally on the floor where you can lie down. And I'm gonna share music with you. And yeah, we're gonna go through it. The first is a pranayama exercise, so it's a breathing exercise, and the last one as well. And then there's 3 little small exercises with some movement. And then you're gonna have time to integrate, and I'm gonna guide you out of it through a little bit of a drum journey. So first we're gonna stand up on our feet. Let me share my music. And we're gonna start by just standing up and shaking. Coming onto our feet and beginning to tap your heels down to the floor. Just allowing any tension, any stiff feeling, anything that is no longer in service to you, allowing it to release down into the earth. And you can invite your breath. And seeing how these ripples of vibration are rising from your feet, from your heels, all the way up to your knees, your thighs, and reaching your pelvic floor, your sexual organs, lower belly, and all of the organs in your belly, and just shaking up the dust. Dust of anything that may feel stuck. By committing to this shake, we're releasing it back down to the earth, allowing the earth to take it, transform it into nutrients. You can intensify the shake a little bit. Maybe the shake is becoming a balance. It's moving up into your arms, your hands, shake on your hands. See if you're holding any tension in the neck and shaking off your neck. Okay. Continue to shake. Almost there. Letting it all go. Not holding on to anything. Allowing it to move. Breathing out the dust from last night, from the last days, any intense energies around this full moon, allowing them to go. Another moment here, shaking it out, giving it back to the earth. And then slowing down, taking a deep breath in, exhaling with a sigh. Maybe putting one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And just seeing how you're feeling. And then you can come down into a seated position, either into easy pose, or you can sit on your knees. And we're going to move into our second exercise. It's an activating pranayama. And for that, we're going to bring our hands in front of our chest, and we're going to do 2 fists. And the breathing goes like this. We're going to inhale and we're going to extend one arm. Exhale, bring it back. So it's a very active breath. It's one that is activating the energy in your arms and therefore your heart space, the arms as an extension of the heart. So coming into the position, you turn back on the music. Bringing your hands in position. Taking a deep inhale. Full exhale. And beginning in the movement. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, extending the arm, breathing out, bringing it back to the chest. You close your eyes. You can bring your gaze internally to your third eye, the point between your eyebrows. You continue to breathe. We are creating space here with this movement of the arms, releasing anything that is in the path of our heart, punching free, releasing any of the stagnancy, activating the limbs in our armpits, our chest, and keep breathing. Getting rid of anything that feels stagnant and moving it out. Almost there. A few more like this. And bringing your hands back to your chest. Releasing your arms. Taking a deep inhale. Full exhale. Maybe noticing some energy moving in your arms, in your chest. A slight little tingling. Then we're gonna flow into our next asana, our next movement. And this one is one that most of you are probably familiar with. So now we activated our arms and our chest area, the heart, and we created space. And now we're gonna create some more fluidity throughout the spine. So for this, I like to sit on my knees. If it's uncomfortable, you can also sit on a pillow. You can also do it in easy pose, so with your legs crossed. And we're gonna do spinal flex. So we're gonna inhale and we breathe our chest forward, and exhale, we're gonna round the back. So it's a very easy movement. And again, bringing our awareness inward. The movement, breathing in, front, opening chest, out, rounding. Inviting your breath, guide the movement, and inviting your breath, open up the pathway of the spinal fluids, immobilize. Breathing in, chest open, breathing out. now we are reactivating and reopening the central channel for this life force energy was really opening up the pathways so that ultimately the source energy, the energy that we are all connected to us, to open up path for best decisions in our life, for creative energy to flow. Feeling also this heat moving from the tip of your nose down, back, your back, all the way down to your lower back and to your tail. Breathing in front, holding down, exhale to the back and creating space. Bringing this vitality, this longevity to our spine. Airing out the heart space. That everything come back into this natural flow, into this rhythm of life. Almost there. Slowing it down. Coming back to the center. Just bathing here for a moment in stillness, in the after effect of the practice. And just noticing if anything is moving. If anything is being released. Just tuning into the subtle language of the body. And then for our next exercise, I need to get the angle right so you guys can see me. We're going to come into bow pose. Bow pose, for those that may not be familiar, I'm going to demonstrate. We're going to lie on our belly and we're going to grab our feet from the outside edges. So we're creating this bow. And in this pose, we're not going to do this for too long, but we're going to breathe in and we're going to lift ourselves up and we breathe out and we release. And this pose is to recenter our navel point. So you can all come into the position. Only going to do this for a short amount of time. Sometimes our mind can get into the way when we have to do things that are uncomfortable. But preparing yourself, get into straighten your feet, release your third eye on the floor. Breathe up, and we're going to lift ourselves up and breathe out and we release. Inhale, breathing up, lifting, exhale, and breathing out, release. Inhale, lifting up, exhale, releasing down. And you can close your eyes and you can again focus on your third eye. Breathing in, exhale, release. Only gonna stay here for about 30 more seconds. So staying committed to the breath. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhale, lifting down. Recentering the energy of our center, of our navel point. Breathing in. Exhale, breathing down. And then the last one, I want you to inhale and really lift yourself up, push up, and hold there. Hold at the highest point, holding the energy. And then exhale, release, letting everything go. Bringing your hands together as a pillow, resting one cheek on your hands. Releasing your leg. And just feel, allowing the body to do the work, to integrate the exercise. You can turn around from here. And this one, we're going to do alternating leg lifts. So you're lying down on your back. You bring your hands, you can bring them kind of under your buttocks. And we're going to lift and you're going to flex your feet and you're going to alternate lifting one leg. Breathing in, releasing, exhale. Inhale, lifting the other leg. Exhale, release. We're gonna go like this. So prepare yourself. Bring yourself into position. This exercise is to anchor and to stabilize your energy. So preparing. And then breathing in. Lifting your leg. Exhale, release. Combining breath and movement. Bringing balance and stability to your pelvis. Re-stabilizing both hemispheres of the brain. Continue to breathe and lift the leg. Feeling the activation in your core, in your navel point. Feeling this entire tapas being activated. If your mind gets in the way, it's a deep breath. Continue. Synchronize breath and movement. One leg up, one leg down. Almost there. Balancing and stabilizing the pelvis. Activating our navel. And then releasing both legs down. Releasing your hands, your legs, coming back to your natural breath. Just sensing, feeling, noticing any shifts. Noticing maybe any resistance. And then preparing for our last and final exercise. I'm going to do another breathing exercise. We're only going to do 1 minute. It's called the ego eradicator. And for that, we're going to bring our hands up with our thumbs pointing towards each other, framing our head. And we're going to do breath of fire. For breath of fire, we are activating our navel point and we're going to pump the navel point inwards with a strong exhalation. The inhalation comes naturally. And we're going to do this for 1 minute. And in the end, I'm going to tell you to breathe in. You bring your thumbs together, you hold the breath, and you can squeeze your root locks. So you can squeeze the energy up before we release. So preparing, everyone coming into position. Give deep breath, lifting your arms. And then beginning with breath of fire, pumping your navel point inward. Pulsating your breath out. Activating the energy in your core. Your eyes and focus your energy on your third eye point, the point between your eyebrows. Keep pumping, breathing, activating your inner fire, and cleansing out anything that may have gotten stuck here. Almost there. We're going to continue for 15 more seconds. Breathing. Hands are lifted. Thumbs pointing towards each other. And then breathing in. Bringing yourself together. Squeezing the energy up, up, up. And then exhale, release. Releasing any effort. Just feel. Feeling. Feeling the fire moving, burning through you. Allowing everything to settle. Staying connected to your breath, connected to your heart. Breathing in and following your breath all the way down to your roots, to your sit bones, and through your sit bones, your roots down into the earth, into our Mother Earth. Inhaling and releasing anything that this fire was able to mobilize. Can allow the energy to flow down, 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 back into our Mother Earth. Every exhale, releasing your breath and your pelvic floor, and allow the energy to flow out. Traveling deeper to the core of the earth through the layers of the crystals and the minerals. Anchoring yourself, reconnecting back to the wisdom of our Mother Earth that is holding you, protecting you, and guiding you. With your breath, bringing awareness to all the parts of your body and taking inventory as you breathe, scanning and feeling into all the in-between spaces, the places where we hide, where we tense up, the more shadowy parts. Breathing into those pockets and see what you can find with your breath. Maybe you find a certain vibration there, an energy that is familiar to you. Maybe it's one of self-sabotaging, doubting yourselves, second-guessing. A little roadblock that you've created for yourself, but that you're ready to release. Breathing and allowing this breath to scan your whole body, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body. Allowing it to flow to all of those intimate, hidden spaces. The spaces that only you allow yourself access to. And can you, with your breath, identify one thing that is no longer in service to you, that you are ready to release and give back to the fire? Bringing awareness to that old familiar energy. Grabbing it, inviting it, guiding it back to the fire that burns inside of you, allowing it to be transformed into something new, into light, into energy that will energize you on your path going forward. Becoming aware with your breath of the energy that you are ready to release. And then connecting to this place of your inner fire. Maybe it's a tiny little ember, maybe it just got bigger as we activated it. And can you bring the energy, that part of you that you're ready to release, and offer it to this fire? Offer it to knowing, and the knowing that it will nurture the flames of your passion, of your desires, and fuel them, creating new energy for you to open your path. Making your offering in the memory that for anything to emerge, we have to let go. Igniting the memory of the transformational fire that lives inside each one of us. The fire that has the power to transform, to shift, and to burn down any barriers that we have created for ourselves that are not in the highest alignment of the expansion of our soul. Making the offering. Releasing and becoming the witness as we're transforming a part of ourselves. And taking Exhale of release. Exhale to create space. And then gently returning to the center of your chest, your heart space. Returning to the heartbeat, the beat of your drum, guiding you, your path. Reconnecting to the voice of your spirit. The wise part inside of you that already has all the answers. Resting your loving awareness and trust and love and compassion. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then whenever you're ready, coming back to the space. Creating the space for anyone that feels like they want to share something.
Curious what the connection with all of these, the element of fire is with intuition and the third eye. They all connect back to, like, that's the element of the third eye, is fire. Are there any other ones that are fire? The energy centers?
The element of the third eye is traditionally they would say it's ether, but if it's fire for you, I think that's perfect. I don't think we have to put labels on it. Like traditionally they say that the fire center is in like above, like 2 fingers above the navel point. So at the height of your solar plexus. But if you feel the fire burning through your third eye, I don't think that we should limit ourselves to what other people say.
Well, with all the exercises, you said to focus on your third eye, so I was wondering what the
third eye is just like to give you a focal point if you close your eyes.
Oh. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, that was, I really liked the boat one, even though it was really uncomfortable. That was probably my favorite one. Yeah.
I don't know, Marjan, if she's there. I don't know if I say your name right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect.
Hi.
Hi.
Actually, I wanted something that I wanted to share. Like, I had really vivid visions
Mhm.
throughout the practice, especially the last one. And it was so timely for me. Like, it was so aligned with what I'm going through. And I saw a lot of like images of serpents. I don't know why, but it was like very interesting to me. And like at the moment, I'm having this like a struggle with power dynamics in like social groups that I enter, and I think it was relevant to that. And oh, at one point, I saw this serpent biting me on my third eye, which I found very interesting.
Mm. That's powerful. The serpent is a symbol of transformation as well.
Oh,
Shape.
It also reminds me of because it's the full moon today. The full moon in Scorpio, it's very serpent energy. So it's very interesting that you have experienced that today. I've just done a full moon. I've just come out of facilitating a full moon ceremony,
oh wow.
and yeah, it was so interesting how so many serpents came up today, and it's very Scorpion. It's the moon in Scorpio. And this full moon is all about the wild woman, the like raw, deep feminine coming through. It's all about honoring your power and stepping into your power, into your wilderness, your rawness as a woman, as a feminine woman. And serpents are very feminine. So yeah, it's really beautiful that you experience that. And Pia and I we work a lot with animals, and their symbols and how, yeah, incredible what allies they are really for us. So there's no coincidence that you experience the serpent in that journey. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that that's very in theme of today's moon, Scorpio. So yeah, really work with it. It's really incredible when animals come up in journeys. I work with Julia. She's one of my clients, and we often go into just a little wave there. I find it so incredible what she comes up with in regards to animal work and how we can really find wisdom for what comes up. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. It's really, yeah, beautiful.
Thank you so much for saying all of that and like validating that. It's very interesting. And also like how it came up with the element of fire, I think. Like that's I don't know, for me it's a symbol of power as well, and it's very very feminine too. So yeah, thank you.
Well, this was a little taster. Next week, we're going to have another one of these, another webinar on water, where Katinka is going to guide us through a practice. And I think before we close the circle today, also for all of those that weren't able to join, maybe on this special day, like the Mother's Day, hopefully many of us are spending time with their moms. Before we close the session for today, wanting to say thank you for those that showed up and for those that may watch the replay. These are tools that you can use for yourself. You can do them again. And remembering that they are already there. Sometimes one element might be a little bit more dominant than the other one. and that may shift. So it's also good to bring back the self-awareness of what we need in every given moment. Katinka and I were gonna be doing more of this work in the beautiful space that we're co-creating in Portugal at Woven Wisdom in the beginning of July. And there we're going to do a deep dive into all of the elements and how to really alchemize the energy of the elements for our life. In this space, we're going to do a lot of deep transformational, but also beautifully nurturing work. And our intention is always to share what has worked for us, to share it with other people so that hopefully you can fill your toolbox as we walk through these very interesting times on this planet. So to create more resilience as life is going to be giving us tasks and is going to continue to be life, to throw challenges at us. I think that's just a natural reoccurring cycle we go through in immense times of joy and also immense times of pain. And the more we can really stabilize our center and learn tools to come back to ourselves, I think the more we can face anything that gets thrown at us with our heads up, and maybe switch out of the difficult moments faster, look at them through a different lens. So yeah, this is what I would like to say. If you feel curious about Woven Wisdom, you can reach out to us. We're happy to share, and it's a special time when we gift ourselves the time away from our daily lives and to really create this rapture, to break out of habits of our normal day-to-day life, to come together in a circle of women, to be mirrored also in our fullness and our beauty and our maybe in also our shadows, to get really the opportunity to gain a different perspective and to take that new perspective back into our lives. Anything you want to share, Katinka?
And yeah, for those that are interested, the details, it's from our beautiful Woven Wisdom retreat is from the 4th to the 9th of July. And yeah, just a tiny little bit more about this. It's a women's only space. So our passion, and we had our beautiful Woven Wisdom last year, and it was just so magical to bring a group of women together, and what happens when we are all in a circle with women, it is honestly magical. And we have a lot of influence from the tantric arts, the shamanic arts, and of course our own lived experience. Pia and I met in Mexico. When was it? 2021, something like that. And we just instantly knew that, when you just meet someone and it's just like, yes, we need to co-create something. And it's just such an honor to be doing this together. And like Pia said, each day is dedicated to each element. So you will experience a whole day with fire, a whole day with water, a whole day with air, and then earth, okay? Which is really powerful because you can really go deep into that. And we'll be having practices throughout the whole day, and wisdom circles where we get together and we really share. And it's just a really powerful space to be heard and also to hear as well others. And yeah, it's also just in the most beautiful place in Portugal, in the mountains right by the sea. So we have some spots available still. And for the people on this call, and also for the people that listen to this call, so those that have signed up, we're offering 15% off today if you pay your deposit anytime up until midnight on Wednesday. Okay, so you've got 3 days to claim that offer. Yeah, and it's just a really beautiful space. So if you are thinking about connecting with other like-minded women, yeah, this is your sign to come and enjoy. So yeah, that's what I'd like to say. Is there any questions for the people on this call about woven wisdom? Because this webinar is a taster, it's a little intro of what might come up. Of course, there'll be lots more and to explore. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions about that, then yeah, this is your time to ask.
Well, we're gonna do our best to send out the follow-up. You can also rewatch this practice, redo it again. Yeah, and for anyone that is thinking about it, I know it's sometimes a scary decision to make. Feels like a big investment. I've done it many times and I never had a regret. One of my teachers once said to me, if one of those experiences may change the course of your life, there's actually no price tag that you can put on it. So I'm just leaving this here, trusting that the right woman will find their way into the space, and sending all my love. If there's anything that comes up, please reach out to us, and yeah, stay connected. Sending love.
Thank you everyone. Lots of love.
Love.
Thank you. Thank you.